Hello everyone, Chief Canuck here with some more Halo 5 news from the latest community update. We got a new Forge teaser, a preview of the Voices of War REQ Pack, a very minor REQ reveal, and more info on the next content update. Let's start off with the very minor REQ reveal, which was the Reach grenade launcher, which to everyone who doesn't live under a rock knew was coming. Even from the teaser, we know there are 2 additional variants arriving, and if you've seen the Halo 5 Forge assets on Windows 10, you might have an idea of how they function when they finally do arrive. But that was the only REQ revealed. Little lackluster, however, they said come back Tuesday, December 6th, for the second part of the information about the content update. They also said the content update would be arriving in a matter of days. So I'm expecting it to arrive next week, starting Tuesday by the earliest, I guess? Don't shoot the messenger though. Now onto the Forge teaser, which was hidden in the community update in a link. As you can see here, it looks like there will be a Sang Helios canvas added to the game, along with some crab props, some interesting building blocks, and what looks like trip mines. The Sang Helios canvas would go perfect with the Covenant-themed items they teased back in October. Also along with it, it seems like some 343 staff are having some fun at Duquesne's expense, making race game type puns on Twitter. Could this finally be the update when race is added? Who knows, but I hope for Duquesne's health hits really soon. But back to Forge. According to the update, Forge is going to be receiving a, in bold text, massive expansion, and this statement follows the ones previously said by Sketch on Reddit, that the updates for Forge are so big that they're recording a video just on the Forge stuff to go along with the update notes, as they felt that a written article wouldn't do it justice. That's what they did before, they would just write out all the changes. So keep an eye out for that video when the update notes are released when the update goes live. Now onto the Voices of War REQ Pack, which if you haven't heard, was confirmed by Sketch a few days ago on Reddit. Seriously, props to him for being so active and really transparent on Reddit. This isn't a knock against past community managers, but he's doing a great job already. Anyways, the Voices of War REQ Pack is a premium REQ Pack, and it will arrive along with the update, but unlike the update, the pack will cost money and will not be available via REQ points. The pack adds Spartan Buck, Yabda the Merciless Grunt, and 031 Exuberant Witness as announcer choices for Arena, Warzone, and Warzone Firefight, and the pack will cost $9.99. Here's a sample of the voices they've provided. Here is Spartan Buck.
Spartan Buck reporting. You need me in the booth? Sure, I can sit through a few games.
Yabda the Merciless Grunt.
What do you humans want? What? Just watch the simulator and talk when something happens? Sounds easy.
And 031 Exuberant Witness.
I am 031 Exuberant Witness, monitor of the Genesis installation and your combat training.
I'm really excited to hear what lines they have to say based on specific moments in Arena, Warzone, and Firefight, and I would love to hear how each of them try and encourage a team that they can still destroy the enemy core in Warzone. I think I'll be sticking with Buck and Exuberant Witness. Yabda may be fun for a game or two, but I could see it getting old kinda quick. Let me know if you'll be getting in the pack and which voice you'll be using the most in the comments down below. I'm sure that more characters might be considered based off the feedback from this pack, and who knows, maybe they'll be part of Halo 6 from the get-go. We just have to wait and find out. Now to quickly address some concerns I'm seeing and receiving about the REQ Pack and that you can only purchase it with real money. First off, I agree that having the option to buy REQ Packs with money or REQ points is great. However, Voices of War isn't a limited time REQ Pack. It also doesn't warrant duplicate purchases, and so a standard 100,000 REQ point cost wouldn't work in this situation. For example, Memories of Reach, the limited time REQ Pack, was only around for about a week. It offered 3 new permanent REQs from the newly added items at the time, no old stuff even if you didn't have it unlocked, and a bunch of other REQs as well. This was for $15 or 120,000 REQ points. Did it entice players to buy multiple packs? Yes, even if you didn't have stuff unlocked. Were you forced to? No, it was optional, but it did give people incentive to buy more and maybe grind to buy a second one or a third one or how many more they want. In contrast, the Voices of War only adds announcers to Arena, Warzone, and Warzone Firefight. It's not a limited time pack, so does this warrant or provide the incentive for players to make a duplicate purchase regardless of the required currency? Nope, not at all. Now, if the Voices of War REQ Pack was also available via REQ points, then I would see next to nobody buying it with money. I wouldn't even buy it with money. Say it costs the standard 100,000 rec points. Now first off, 100,000 rec points isn't that much of a grind. Many have done it in a week or even a weekend for limited time packs, and this particular pack isn't going anywhere. So I would say the rec point costs would likely be higher because they are calling this a premium level rec pack. It's not a limited time pack, and not to mention it would be the only premium pack available via rec points in this theoretical scenario. Therefore, if it did have a rec point cost attached to it, it would likely have to be pretty high, and then who knows, people would start complaining that it is too high. It's a vicious cycle. Regardless of the theoretical rec point value of this pack, its contents are one-time permanent unlocks that warrant no duplicate purchase. You get the pack once, and you're done. That's even if you want it, it's optional, it doesn't affect the game at all, and it's arguably a better use of the microtransactions in this game. Also, it's not like 343 Industries had all these extra voice lines just laying around, and ones that specifically work for announcing multiplayer games. Which, if you also think about it, Warzone Firefight wasn't even a concept at launch, it came from fan feedback. So, likely, more than likely, 100% of this is new post-launch content, and therefore required new voiceover work by the people who voice these characters. People who have other things on their schedule, and this is their job, so they would like to be paid. Yes, Microsoft has tons of money, but it's not like a cookie jar where you can reach in at any time and anyone can. And odds are most profits are already tied in future titles and projects. So every item unfortunately has to be self-sufficient or able to make a profit to justify the required work and resources to make it, or else something like this rec pack would have been shut down immediately by higher-ups. That's just how business works. Yes, in an ideal world, everything would be free and we would all love that. But we don't live in an ideal world, so please consider that in everything else I have said. Also, if you think 343 doesn't have their priorities straight because they're releasing this pack and not some playlist game type or some bug or fix you'd like to see, let me say this. Do you expect a graphic artist to work on servers? Do you expect the audio team to design maps? Probably not. So let's not criticize the audio team for working on something that a lot of fans might appreciate, especially with the distaste for Palmer as an announcer in Warzone. And besides, it's not like 343 is going to sit and not release a finished project, i.e. this Voices of War REQ Pack, just because some game type or playlist isn't finished. There's no reason to hold this back. So please, I beg of everyone, consider all of this before we provide constructive feedback. I apologize for this little rant, I know it's not meant for everybody, but sometimes it needs to be said. I agree, it does suck I can't buy it with rec points, but I understand why. That's all for this week's update. As always, the sources are linked in the description down below. The update is well worth the read with tons of lore stuff, HCS developments including an esports TV show, and Halo Wars 2 announcement recap from the Game Awards, which if you haven't heard, you can get early access to Halo Wars 1 Definitive Edition that works on both Xbox One and PC, Windows 10, on December 20th if you pre-order the digital version of the Halo Wars 2 Ultimate Edition. And that's it. Thanks for watching. My name's Chief Canuck, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, if you made it this far in the video, why not hit the like button? It helps out the channel a lot. Thanks, guys.